and welcome to Shaping Industry Today with Schneider Electric. We're coming to you from the Schneider Electric studio at Hannover Messe, the world's leading industrial trade fair. I'm your host, Violaine Kola, and in today's segment, we will discuss circularity and explore how a company like Schneider Electric has pivoted towards a circular model in its operations and developed circularity services for its customers. And joining me today is Siddharth Suman, Director of Business Development for Circular Economy at Schneider Electric. Siddharth, welcome.
Thanks, Violaine. Happy to be here.
And Siddharth, first, let's warm up to the topic and discuss what is circular economy and what are the key drivers behind it.
Certainly, Violaine. So, today our world is facing a very big challenge when it comes to the consumption of resources that we are doing. In order to support our current rate of consumption, we need 1.8 planet Earth. So transitioning into circular economy is absolutely crucial if we want to have a sustainable future. Now, do you know we could cut down greenhouse gas emission by up to 45% by adopting circular economy principles? Now, you asked about the drivers. We see there are multiple drivers, but they are quite different in different geographies. However, the key drivers that we see today are cost, customers, climate, and compliance. So cost here, circular economy saves money by optimizing resources and reducing waste. When it comes to customer, it helps our customers to meet the growing demand of sustainability and boost the brand loyalty. For the compliance, it addresses the regulations and the legislation's needs and establishes sustainability leadership. And when it comes to climate, it helps in achieving the climate goals and reduce environmental impact.
So, Siddharth, I'd like to emphasize on two figures you just shared. First, current consumption rate of 1.8 Earth. And second, you talked about 45% of reduction of greenhouse gas emissions by adopting circular economy principles. So with this context in mind, what does circularity mean at Schneider Electric and how does Schneider help beat those trends?
Certainly. So at Schneider Electric, we believe that transforming the way we produce and consume is absolutely essential for our fight against climate change. At Schneider Electric, we are committed to three key principles of circular economy: use better, use longer, and use again. In use better, we design out waste and pollution and procure more sustainable materials. In use longer, we keep the equipments and products in use for a longer duration. And in use again, we take aging equipment back in our facilities and provide it with a new life. We have a wide range of offers that we offer to our customers to extend the life of their assets, as well as implement circular economy and circularity principles in their own operations.
So how did Schneider Electric start to implement circularity in its operations?
Exactly. So since our partnership with Ellen MacArthur Foundation in 2015, we have redesigned multiple factories and implemented some concrete circular initiative. So we can say we have rethought numerous production sites and integrated reverse logistics, keeping circular need in mind, so that it allowed us to take back aging equipment from customers and provide it a new life or recycle it depending on the numerous factors that we have.
And can you share with us a little bit some best practices? So our audience watching, if they would like to implement, maybe you have best practices to share with them.
Certainly. So implementing such a model is quite complex. What we have done, we have built a global strategic plan and enrich it with local initiatives. Then we also raised awareness in order to boost adoption of circular economy. We had to raise awareness among our employees as well as among our key players in the value chain. One of the best practices that we systematized was related to packaging solutions that allowed us to save up to 50% of the consumables. So the reuses of cardboard packaging coming from Schneider factories by our distribution center and circularity of pallets between Schneider Electric sites and value chain players, the key players in our value chain, has proved to be very instrumental.
That's for best practices, but what about key success factors that you've seen?
Well, exactly. There are numerous key success factors. I would say one of the most important ones where the commitment from the management were committed to these principles. So having their commitment was certainly very helpful. Then having a dedicated team in startup mode, which can test and develop offers, build new sales channel, or evolve the emerging sales channel, existing sales channel to boost the business out of circular economy and generate value out of it, has been proved to be very crucial. Then in-depth analysis of product life cycle, it has proven to be one of the very successful factor that we could implement. In addition to that, having the agility, having the innovation and collaboration across different players in the ecosystem has proved to be another very key success factor in our implementation of circular economy.
Thanks. So we can definitely see that Schneider shows a well-advanced process when it comes to tackling circularity. Do you have a flagship refurbished product that you can talk about?
Yes. So our famous circuit breaker Master Pact MTZ. By refurbishing old circuit breakers for our customers, we could save 70 tons and even more than 70 tons of CO2 in just 1 year. Now this is about one product. We have a wide range of product, and you can think about the impact we are making by refurbishing those old products over the period of time. The scale is very high that we are right now impacting.
And do you have other examples of those products that you're working
Certainly.
on?
So in Hannover Messe, you have seen we have showed our flagship another refurbished drives that has been refurbished and it's ready to be sold, and it has been being in the market as well. Then we have refurbished UPS. We have refurbished the power modules of three-phase UPS that can be well implemented in circular initiative with different customers. So we have numerous offers when it comes to products as well as the services side.
So, Siddharth, to conclude on the topic, from what you've seen, what are the advantages and the barriers for a company like Schneider Electric to transition to a circular model?
Well, there are numerous advantages. Some of them are avoiding waste in our supply chain, then increasing agility and resilience in the period of resource scarcity. Then at the same time, developing emerging sales channel has proved to be quite an advantage for us. Then facilitating the shift towards the circular standard, which as we spoke earlier is absolutely crucial at the moment. And promoting the continuity of offerings over the period of time are the few advantages I can mention now. And then there are obviously certain barriers or challenges that we have faced, and it's improving with time. So one of the barriers we faced initially was this principle, this initiative needed a change in the mindset that how the end-of-life assets are currently managed at our customer site and at various places. Then adaptability of the industrial process. It has been another challenges that we have overcome to a large extent, and we are continuously working on it. Then lack of standardized regulations. So at different countries, there are different regulations at a different level of circular maturity. Then of course, implementing such an initiative, it comes with initial cost, right? And to execute such model, we would need to modify the established business model to a certain extent and adapt the circular economy model into it.
So very clear about how Schneider has moved to a circular model. Now I'd like us to pivot and talk about customers and about Schneider customers. What does Schneider do for its customers around the topic?
Well, when it comes to our customers, which is always a top priority for us, it's all about use longer and use again. Now, when I talk about use longer, it's how we enable to use our equipment for a longer duration. Our new electrical equipment is connected by default with sensors, and it allows us to remotely monitor different parameters such as temperature, humidity, and predict a potential failure before even it happens. So leveraging the power of data and clubbing it with artificial intelligence, we are able to predict a lot of equipment breakdown before it has even occurred. It's something similar to what we can do with our health with using a smart watch, right? And by doing the remote monitoring, we have avoided critical equipment breakdown and associated cost of downtime by more than 75%. Is the potential is to avoid by 75%. And by experience, I can say that for the 70% of the monitored assets, we could delay the maintenance visit from usual 3 years to 5 years.
So you explained how we can extend the life of aging equipment. How does this work?
Well, for the aging equipment, it's very simple. We can add a sensor in the old equipments and upgrade those old equipments with new technologies. Our customers, they do not need to replace the old cubicles in order to be benefited from the services like remote monitoring. With a simple sensor, we extend the life of their assets by a couple of years.
So that's for the use longer?
Yes.
What about the use again, the other thing you mentioned?
Well, use again, it's one of the pivotal principles of circular economy, and it has been meticulously crafted and very efficiently executed by Schneider for our customers. We offer immense value to our customers in two key areas. One, end of life management of their assets, and second, helping them to avoid significantly CO2 emissions. By reusing the materials, we are not only driving sustainability, but we are also creating tangible economic and environmental benefits for our customers. Talking about end-of-life management, we have developed a comprehensive take-back services, which allows us to collect end-of-life or aging equipment from our customers and ensuring its proper disposal, guaranteeing responsibly and environmental friendly practices in accordance to the regulations. Additionally, we also provide detailed environmental reporting, ensuring that the equipment is repurposed whenever possible and customer has the full traceability of what has happened to their equipment during the end of life, which proved to be very important for us and for our customers. Furthermore, it also supports the integration of circular economy in principle to projects and ensuring compliance with regulations concerning SF6 and batteries.
Well, thank you very much, Siddharth, for those insights. And I'd like to point out that what you explained has also led Schneider Electric to be recognized in 2024 by the World Economic Forum as a circular lighthouse. So one final question before we conclude. How can the people watching us today, if they're interested to implement circular economy principles in their operations, what can they do? Where should they start?
Definitely. So what I can suggest to our customers and partners, if we want to deploy circular economy, what is very critical is to start with an assessment to assess where we are today in the circular journey, then strategize and followed by the deployment. And doing it in all those phases, you can count on Schneider Electric to be your trusted partner and support you throughout the circular journey.
Well, thank you very much, Siddharth, for being with us.
Thank you, Violen, for having me here.
And thank you for watching. That's all for now. If you're interested in learning more about Schneider Electric's sustainability practices, please visit the sustainability section of the Schneider Electric website or contact your Schneider Electric representative. We hope you look for more episodes of Shaping Industry Today with Schneider Electric. Thank you.